Today I'm going to show you how to draw this cute candy cane with markers. This is an easy beginner drawing lesson for kids of all ages, so let's begin. Hi everyone, welcome to Rain Francis Art for Kids. My name is Rain. In this series, Christmas Party, we paint and draw everything that has to do with Christmas and the holidays, so let's have some fun. This is what you'll need for today's drawing. You're going to need a piece of paper. I have my dollar store drawing pad here. You're going to need a pencil and an eraser. And I always bring out my little paintbrush to brush off my page, eraser bits and dust. It works really well for that and it's a lot of fun. For color today, we're going to use a red marker. And I've got my black fine liner marker for outlining. I like to outline, so that's what I use. You can use any marker or a black coloring pencil if you don't have a marker. And if you have a coloring pencil that's white, I'd like you to bring that out because we're going to do some highlighting. It's not necessary, but if you have one, it's going to look really nice. So why don't I clear my page here and we can start drawing our candy cane. Okay, candy canes are really easy to draw. They're basically canes, right? So we're going to start at the bottom and we're going to go all the way up like this. A little round end and down to the bottom and a little round end there. And that's our candy cane. I might just fix this. It's a little thick on the top. And I'll erase that little line I did. Because you want the candy cane to try to be the same width everywhere, you know? There we go, that's a little better. Now what I'm going to do is right away, I'm going to put in some stripes. Now the very bottom here of the candy cane is going to be red, so I'm not putting in another line, but that's going to be red. But as I go along here, I'm going to make stripes. You see, that's going to be red here. Just like that. And I'm kind of going in the shape of the candy cane here. It might look a little confusing for you right now because it just looks like lines everywhere. But once we start adding the red, it's going to look very much like a candy cane. So I've drawn one stripe here, one here, one here, and one here, and I'm going to keep going, adding stripes. Try to make them evenly distributed. And again at the bottom, it's going to be red, so we just do one line. I'll show you as we go along where I want you to color in, okay? Now what I'm going to be doing is outlining this and then erasing all of my pencil marks. I always do that when there's white in my drawing because I don't want my pencil marks to show into the white. But before we start erasing, we're going to add a bow. Now for my bow, I'm going to add kind of an oval here and we're going to erase all of this. Don't worry how it looks right away. And on this side, there, that's the side of the bow, and we'll do the same thing on this side. Make it look nice for Christmas. And then down here we'll do the little bottom half of the ribbon with a little arch and then up. And on this side too, straight line, a little arch, and then up. Now what we can do right away to make things a lot less confusing is inside that circle, let's erase everything that's inside that circle. Just so it's less confusing for you to look at. Okay? Already that makes it a lot better. And inside the ribbons, let's erase everything that's in the ribbons as well. Because that bow is sitting on top of the candy cane. We don't want to see the candy cane through it. We are going to erase everything after, but I just wanted you to see it to make it easier for you to see, okay? Now, depending on where you put your bow, you might notice here on my drawing, there's a little line here. That was part of the stripe, so I have to remember to color that in red. It's just the tiniest little triangle, but I'm going to be coloring that in red. So why don't I take my fine liner and I'm going to outline everything. And because I'm erasing, I'm not going to worry too much about following my pencil marks, right? I'm going to try to keep close to the pencil mark. But if I go outside the pencil mark, that's okay, because I will be erasing. And I always say when you're erasing over markers, make sure you know that your marker is dry. I'm going to make this side a little thicker, actually. There, that looks a little better. Make sure your marker is dry, because if it's not dry, it's going to smudge everywhere when you start erasing, and you don't want that to happen. Now I'm just going to draw in my stripes. If you're not erasing your pencil marks, be careful and try to follow all of your pencil marks so they don't show. All right, there we go. So, like I said, make sure that your marker is dry. I know mine is dry because I know my marker, but you might have to wait. You might test your markers on a separate page and see if they dry quickly or if they need a minute or two. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm going to lightly erase all of my pencil marks. I'm going to be especially careful on the candy cane because there are some areas that are remaining white, and I really don't want my pencil marks to show. I'm just going to get rid of some of those eraser bits and continue erasing here. Make sure it's all erased. I think I got all of that. Now we're going to start adding our red color. Now what I'm going to do to make it easier is I'm going to put a little mark where I want you to color in red, okay? That way you'll see it easier on the candy cane. The whole bow is going to be red, but just wanted to show you where we're going to color in red on the candy cane, okay? So here I go, coloring in with my marker. I like candy canes. I love mint. And it's funny, I only eat candy canes around Christmas time, even though I love them. And you can buy a whole bunch of them and they'll last a whole year, but I only really eat them around Christmas time. I like putting them in my hot cocoa. Actually, next week, I'm going to be doing a drawing lesson, how to draw hot cocoa. I like the green candy canes, though. There's some candy canes that are green and red. I'm sure they all taste the same, but sometimes I feel like I can taste a difference. Just the colors of the season, you know? It's nice. Do you see our candy cane coming to life? There we go. I love having a little bow on the candy cane. I think it looks very festive. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, before I color in the bow. I'm going to take my fine liner. I always put a face on, if I can, I put a face on all of my drawings. So I'm going to draw a little face with some eyes right there. And I might have to come and outline the mouth again because it might get lost with the red. So when I'm coloring in the red, I'm going to be careful not to put any red in the eyes, okay? You can do that if you want. You can draw a nice little face on the bow. Just outlining with my red so I know where to put the red color. That's how I color in with marker. Actually, that's how I color in with everything. I always outline. I'm a big fan of outlining. And I'll outline this area. It kind of looks like a little bee right now. Okay, so now I'm going to just color in the whole bow. I think red and white looks really nice together around Christmas time especially. And if you wanted to, you could make the stripes different colors, like you could put green and red or just green and white. I'll try to keep to the Christmas colors. I've seen candy canes that are blue and yellow. I don't know. Maybe they look nice, but I don't think they're very Christmassy. Okay, now I'm going to concentrate very hard right now so I don't get any red into his eyes. There we go. It's a small little detail, so I don't want to get any red in there. Now for the little ribbons. I guess it's looking really nice. How are you guys doing? Are you using markers? You could use coloring pencils for this too, crayons. I think markers are good for this because it's a really brilliant red color, you know? It really stands out. And there we go. Mine is done. I think I'm going to take my little black fine liner and just go over the mouth again just to make sure that it's visible. And I'll give him some cheeks, little semicircles at the edge of the mouth. That shows cheeks. So that's my candy cane. I'm going to sign my work, and I want you to sign your work as well. I completely forgot about my white coloring pencil. So I know that I've already signed my work here, but I'm going to add my coloring pencil in, okay? So this is kind of done a little bit backwards, but I don't want you to forget about the white coloring pencil if you have one, because I wanted to put some highlighting. You see what you can do with white coloring pencil over marker? You can put a little bit of highlighting, maybe a little on the top here, and a little over here. I completely forgot about that. I'm glad I remembered before I said goodbye. There we go, and we can put a little bit kind of in the middle here, just to make it look a little interesting. Okay, and now our candy cane is complete. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, my friends, and we'll see you next time on Christmas Party. Thanks for watching. Bye.